So on July 31st of 2024, which was 2 days ago at this point, we got a gameplay from Frontier on Planet Coaster 2. It wasn't anything crazy, we didn't see that much, but we did see more than what we had seen in the trailer, and that's what I'm going to be going over today. So right as we open, we see this big slide, of course. And this is cool because this is something obviously that wasn't in Planet Coaster, which we have water parks now in Planet Coaster 2. That's kind of their main, I guess, marketing point, which is something that everybody was asking for in Planet Coaster. They wanted it as a DLC. I mean, I did too. And well, a game later, we finally are getting the slides. Now, I have talked about this in one of my videos, and I'm sure y'all have seen a bunch of other, videos on this stuff. But I just wanted to get my thoughts in. But this is cool looking at this shot right here because they do explain later you can add like all the stripes and stuff to the slides. There's some supports that you can add. There's closed sections, out closed sections. You can see that slide going by there. Oops, sorry. Just get around. See, as you can add the stripes here. That looks really cool, though. Also, just look at the overall graphics, how good everything looks. It looks amazing. And this is probably just a camera effect, but with the blur in the background, that looks pretty good. I will say guest animations are a lot better. I said that in my first review, but yeah, they look a lot better. Sploosh. And we got the deep dive. So this video is just going to be doing what I literally just did, analyzing kind of the main key parts. Yeah, welcome to a deep dive on Planet Coaster 2. So this is one of the main shots that we see. There is some interesting kite here, which over the course of playing, we saw a lot of like balloons and stuff. It's like, what? I mean, it's cool. I like it. I like that we have more options for stuff like that, because that wasn't in Planet Coaster 1, and really we didn't have any Team TK. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Right off the bat, you can see the sign says wave pool, but we have a wave pool here, so that's cool. We're gonna have a different styles of pools, not just like one where you drag out. We're gonna have one where you can make waves, or maybe like one where you can turn into have a lazy river input and then a lazy river output. I don't know. Looks like our restrooms will be the same. I don't know what this is. It looks to be some sort of guest relations or even like restaurants, but let's move on. Again, you can see the slides here. Look at that water though. That's crisp, dude. Coasters don't look anything new. Obviously, we know we can attach scenery pieces to them, which is cool. They did also release half of a POV or part of a POV, which we can go over here in a minute. Wow, look at this. This is a big shot we can overview here. So first things that I noticed is this heat maps button right here. That is something that is going to be interesting. So we're going to be able to see where areas get too hot and where areas get too cool. That's a aspect that was not in Planet Coaster 1 at all. There's something like that in Planet Zoo, but it's going to be interesting for a Planet Coaster game. So that's cool. Also, you can see these floats again. There's some random ones like this. Look at these trees, though. There looks to be a lot more variety of palm trees, as you can see. Bunch of slides. That's very predictable with Planet Coaster 2 with the whole water park stuff. This is that drop slide that we saw in the trailer. Not the same one, but it is got a different style. They also pointed out that you can change areas of the slide to be clear. So if you wanted to clear area where you can see through it, you could do that. Just like changing stripes on the ride. So that's cool. You can dump out here into pools. Right now, I'm seeing a trend. All of their slides dump out into a pool, which is, I hope, something they fix. Now, keep in mind that this is just, kind of the first release. They can always add things and updates, DLC. I mean, Planet Coaster had, I don't remember how many years of DLC. I think it was 4 years or something in DLC, but it was a lot of DLC. And they added so much. I mean, comparing it to the actual vanilla game, there was so much added. So obviously they can add that, and who knows, it might actually be in the game. We haven't seen that much. Oh, here also there's a dive board, so we might have the option to add like other stuff to the sides of our pools. That's gonna be cool. Also, before we move on to anything crazy, let's just take a look at the simple things like the new bar here for coasters, flat rides, track rides, flumes. That's new. Flumes is right. These are all 3 existing. Pools is also new. That's to be expected. Facilities. Staff is new. That used to be a little side thing on the side, so now it's just down here, and then scenery is the same. These buttons, I don't know what these are. This, I think, is the terrain button. This is the multi-select. This is pathways, terrain. I do not know what this is. I don't know what that is. So we'll figure that out, I guess. You can see the, pardon my YouTube scroll wheel here. You can see the time. It looks like we might be able to change the like exact sun like we can in Planet Zoo. I really love that feature. I don't see, oh, there is a weather right here. You can see it under all this stuff, but yeah, that's cool. All right. More zoomed up shots, nothing crazy, but you will see that we do have some sort of a queue line for the slides. So I'm guessing if you want to open a slide, you have to have an attached queue line and a slide that goes into either a pool, and that pool connects to either a path, or you have a slide that dumps out into a path, kind of like that. So for example, this one, you can see the queue line probably starts right here. And then the other one, this one, it starts right here. Also, it is worth noting that it looks like you can change, like, there's not really a station for these slides, if that makes sense. They're all different sizes, which is really nice for just design, because we can make it as small and as big as we really want to. Me, as the coaster owner I am, I'm not noticing anything new with the roller coaster in the background here compared to the Planet Coaster 2 and the Planet Coaster 1 versions. Especially even this Woody. The wood looks a little bit more refined, but nothing like crazy visual difference. So, but then again, Frontier has never really been good at making coasters in their trailers or park walkthroughs. So this is something cool that they mentioned in the live stream, is that we are getting changing rooms in Planet Coaster 2, which is really cool and very realistic to what a normal park would have. As if they had a water park, you would walk in, change into your wet clothes, and then go play in the water park. And then once you want to come back to the theme park, you come back, change again, and then come back into the theme park. That's very realistic because you don't have to change in a bathroom. They would have nice, clean changing rooms. So that's a really cool touch that they're gonna add. Also, I'm just gonna notice like all these wood pieces and stuff. They look really good. Also, these rope pieces, not in Planet Coaster 1. Planet Coaster 2 has these. Everything just looks a little more refined and better. This is a good spot right here. First of all, you can see an existing flat in the background. Animations look somewhat the same, maybe a little bit smoother, but somewhat the same. Here's a coaster station we can see right there. Frontier actually did a really good job theming that. It looks really cool. There looks to be some more fonts here. That's going to be something. Maybe we get some custom fonts that we can add, and it's like a 3D text. That's pretty freaking cool. Back to the coaster station. It looks the exact same as Planet Coaster 1. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to resize it yet. Remember, yet. This is still like a very first release version of the game. Alright, so with the flat ride in front of us, you will see that there is stuff attached to this ride, and it goes with the ride. I don't know if I'll be able to, yeah, look at that. See that piece they just added? It was a blueprint, and they just added it spinning with the ride. That's pretty cool. So you're just gonna be able to add pieces like that to a flat ride, which is gonna make yours so cool. And also for a roller coaster, you're gonna be able to do that. Here's some more slide types that we see. I'm guessing for when we have, like, you know, the roller coaster tab, you get to choose your manufacturer of roller coasters. I'm guessing it's going to be like that for the flumes. We're going to be able to do that. I don't know much about like slide design, but I will say there are probably different manufacturers that you can get to buy slides. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe the park builds them. I don't actually know. So it's something to think about. But you can see there are some really cool elements on the slide. Like, for example, this right here, this is a really, really cool slide. I mean, look at that. That's freaking cool. That animation was a little weird, I will say. There's something awkward about those animations. Also, did that tube just disappear? Hold up. Watch this tube here. When they fall in, it disappears. Interesting. So, things that are somewhat unrealistic there is, obviously, tubes don't disappear when you get in them. Normally, they have a conveyor that brings either the tube back up, or they have a stack where you can put your tubes. Hopefully, they'll add that later. I'm hoping they will, because it will just add more detail to the parks. Like, looking around the park here, I don't see any, like, anywhere to put your tubes, so yeah, it is cool though that we have tube slides. So I'm judging too much, guys. I'm sorry. I need to just scroll ahead. But again, we are dumping into another pool here rather than, you know, an actual splashdown. Okay, here's where we actually get to the customizable train, and this is really cool because this is like a pool noodle or whatever, like a buoy or something like that they attach to the train, which is really cool. Also, these lights are fairly new. Like we don't have those on the train. So they added those, and that's really cool because now we can like make our trains light up at night or something. I don't know, but just the option to add items to our train is so cool. Also, this wheel assembly looks pretty good. I mean, nothing crazy, but it looks good. I can't remember what this was called. I think this was just like the American like looping coaster. But it's so cool because we can add like maybe our own custom signs to the train to make our like own custom logo. That's gonna be cool. So here we go. I'm gonna analyze this coaster a little bit more. Of course, it's called Whirlpool. It's called Whirlpool. Kind of makes sense. It's in a water park. The menu looks a little different, more refined. I keep saying the word refined because it is a different game. There looks to be, I think, more options. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is like the money. I don't know. This might be thoughts on it. Staff, maybe work rosters or something. Who we hire for this ride. That might be an interesting take. We can actually hire different people and write-ups to come to the rides and have like shifts or something. I don't know. This looks to be prestige, just overall settings of the ride. This maybe be like breakdowns and stuff, and then colors, and then maybe sequences or like triggers or something. So our open and close and testing buttons are a little bit different looking, but they are there, so we still have those options. Yep, we have the model, which is the looping. So that would be the Aero looping coaster. You can edit it with this button right here. I'm guessing you can also press R. That's the button. Power required. That's something that's new. So we have to power this ride, and that's something that we saw in Planet Zoo, which we had to power like buildings and such to get them running. So we need like either a generator or like a power source to power this ride. And as you can see, it's 57 out of 57. So once that ride is fully powered, then you can probably test it and then open it, which is very realistic. Because we might get like power outages, and we might have better options for breakdowns. Because at Planet Coaster 1, it was the same breakdown every single time. It was just like, oh, your console's smoking. That makes sense. Also, cool little detail. There's a fire extinguisher there. I don't know if that comes with the console. Also, just the whole like right-up console is different looking. So that's cool. Hopefully we can like change the size of these and move these down. Again, I'm being super nitpicky, but it's Planet Coaster 2, and I'm me. That's what I do on this channel. I nitpick a lot, so whatever. Park zone. I don't know. I'm guessing that's kind of like a work roster in a way. So we'll get to that. Here's some more options down here. We got a move button, multi-select, camera. So that's ride. This is just a find a coaster, and then delete. So here we go with a POV. Everything looks the same right now. I'm gonna skip ahead here. So on this POV, I'm looking for smoothness, but also the ability to maybe smooth heart lining. But this is an Aero type, so I don't know if they're gonna have heart lining on it. So smooth ride and heart lining, which not really. I mean, I can't really tell from this view, but it doesn't look like a lot. What is this element, bro? I don't even know. So that drop was a little jolty, but Frontier is not very good at building coasters. I will say animation flows a little bit better. That was jolty. Okay, smooth transition. That transition was a little bit different. That was interesting. That was a transition I've never seen. It was just kind of a flowy. There's no banking there, but interesting transition. But yeah. So that's the POV. I want to watch it again without pausing. Yeah, there's a jolt there. Pull up. There's a jolt there. And then it kind of flows really well from there, and then they kind of move on. So. Okay, another cool thing is this is a new flat that we see in Planet Coaster 2. I think this is more like a fairground ride that they have in real life, so that's cool, and it doesn't look to be very themed at all, so we don't have like the weird theming, like, oh, princess themed flat rides to where we can't remove it, so because we can theme our own now and attach things to it, so that's cool. So that's going to do it for the video. I mean, I looked at a lot. We got a lot of things done. I'm probably going to make a separate video recording the actual gameplay of this. And yeah, deep diving into that video. So I hope you all enjoyed. Remember to subscribe, leave a thumbs up if you like the content. I know y'all have probably seen a bunch of these. I'm trying to go super in detail. I also tried to not talk about path systems because everybody was going, oh, look at the path. Yeah, we'll get to that, trust me. So, yeah, if y'all want to see more, thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on a lot of things. As always, keep on coastering, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.